Hey folks, it's Miss Erskine, and I haven't been on in a couple of weeks, and I've missed you guys, and I've actually gotten a couple of requests for an acne video, so it wasn't actually supposed to be the next one in queue to be recorded, but when, what do they say, when something calls, whatever, anyways, here it goes. So there's tons and tons and tons and tons of stuff that I have to share, so I wrote notes, and so if you see me referring like this and reading, it's because I wanted to make sure I didn't leave anything out. So let's get straight to it. Who gets acne and what is acne? Usually anyone with an oilier skin type, may that be combination, may that be sensitive, oily skin, anywhere you have oily skin, you are susceptible to getting acne. Acne is an inflammatory skin disorder of the sebaceous glands, a fancy term for oil glands, that is characterized by blemishes and comedones. And we'll talk a little bit later about comedones and what exactly those things are. But just basically know, if anywhere you have oil, you can have acne too. So as you see, there are a couple of causes. The first being clogged pores or clogged follicles, and that definitely shows you why exfoliating is very important, because if you have a buildup of dead skin cells, of course it can trap everything under the skin and create acne breakouts. There's a hereditary factor called retention hyperkeratosis, something like that. Either way it goes. And that's when the body doesn't shed skin naturally as quickly as normal skin would. And so you have a buildup, and if you're not exfoliating, these are the things that can happen. And so you have overproduction of oil and dirt and dead skin, and hence you have a breakout. So exfoliation, very, very important for people with acne. The bacteria found in the follicles are anaerobic, meaning that it cannot survive in the presence of oxygen. So when the follicle is built up with dead skin, sebum, and bacteria, now all of a sudden you have a breakout, because the bacteria continues to grow because there's no oxygen in the follicle, and you get all this pressure, and then all of a sudden something pops out, and that's why you see the pus-filled sac on your face, because the body's trying to fight the infection caused by the bacteria. So breakout. The last cause, cosmetics and products. If you only knew, half of the stuff in these products are not good for your skin, and they contain a lot of comedogenic ingredients, meaning they clog the follicles. Like, you have your mineral oil, your lanolin, alcohol, fragrance, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so let's start with hormones. As far as men go, testosterone, especially ones heading into puberty, is coming out full force, and you'll see that they experience acne breakouts a lot more during this time because of testosterone. Women with higher amounts of testosterone also tend to have more acne than women that don't. For females, puberty, menopause, pregnancy, anything that makes our hormone levels imbalance will create acne as well. So if you're on birth control, that's another factor also, which of course affects hormones. So you have to take that into consideration. Usually women get adult acne more than men, and that is because of what I just said: menopause, your cycle, things like pregnancy, things like that. Stress causes hormonal imbalances, which in turn stimulates the sebaceous glands, which are controlled by your adrenal glands. And so when you're stressed and your adrenaline starts going, it gets that oil gland into overdrive, and you know, start to overproduce your oils, and you have acne. So there are a couple foods that sometimes gets blamed for causing or triggering acne or breakout, and it's not true. It's usually our eating habits and how we take care of our bodies that that affects the function of the different organs or the body itself. So it's not necessarily what you eat, it's just how you take care of yourself. Foods high in salt, cheeses, packaged foods, fast foods, MSG, things like that. When you have a diet high in these things, then it affects the other parts of your body. Last but not least, irritation. Your cell phone touching your face, the hats that you wear, makeup brushes that you may not clean properly. What else? Just touching your face. Oh, pillowcases. I mean, I know people who do not change their pillowcases. All of these things. I mean, you're just basically transferring the bacteria onto your face, and you're wondering why you're breaking out. There are 4 grades of acne, and that's kind of easy to determine once you kind of have knowledge of skin. Grades 1 through 4, 1 being the least, and 4 of course being the more severe form. And basically it's just characterized by the number of maybe pustules, comedone cysts, papules, all the different kinds of lesions on your face. So for the most part, people who always complain about breakout but really don't have anything to worry about, we're usually a grade 1. But for those who their skin burns, and even just laying down on the pillow, that's a grade 4. Those people, I would prefer to be seen by a dermatologist than to work on them. But there are some estheticians that will work on grade 4. So last but not least, taking care of acne prone skin. The first thing you do not want to do, acne or no acne, don't pick at the skin. When you do that, you know, the layers of skin underneath are already fragile, and once you do break skin, you're allowing the infection to get in, and it can continue to spread throughout your skin, and you'll see breakouts pop up all over the place. So it's very, very important when you do see a breakout and it's a little tender, that's the skin's way of fighting the infection. It becomes inflamed. So just leave it alone. I know how ugly it looks and it annoys a lot of people, but if you are a person of color, you're more prone to skin discoloration. So you definitely don't want to indulge in picking. Cleansers, you want a foamy cleanser that has maybe AHA, BHAs like salicylic acid, glycolic acids, things like that that are natural exfoliants. You want to exfoliate. Chemical peels are great for people with acne skin because it gets it's deep exfoliation, and it helps with deeper skin layers. Toning, of course, you always want to maintain moisture in your skin. Oil is different than moisture, as we've discussed before. Any masks that have sulfurs in it helps to draw out impurities. Very important. You might want to use 2 times a week. Benzoyl peroxide for spot treatment. You might want to interchange between the glycolic and the benzoyl peroxide, only because you don't want to overdry. You don't want to dry out your skin and start to over stimulate those oil glands and make it even more oily, which will continue the cycle of breakout. So keep out for that. And you want a light oil-free moisturizer, and check the ingredients. You don't want anything that's comedogenic. I'll try and list at the end of the video some things that are comedogenic, and so to look out for them. I hope I was very, very informative. If not, hit me up and I'll get back to you. Have a good one. Bye. I've got to take myself away from all these things that's hurting me. I've got to make my life suffer. Since you don't want to be yourself good, right? The world is getting dangerous. Sickness and disease are very contagious. All these bad things happen.